Hi friends, and welcome to Cottage Time. I hope you've been having a really good week. Today I wanted to share with you some cottage kitchen homemaking videos. This is a progression of what the kitchen looked like when we started renovating, and then at the very end I'll show you a before and after, how everything is looking at present. I hope you enjoy this cottage kitchen homemaking marathon. The original part of the cottage was built in around 1945. When we moved to the cottage, the kitchen had not been renovated or updated since the 1980s. It had really dark cabinets and a bar that stuck out way too far, took up too much room. It's really a small space. We found a lot of layers of paint and wallpaper. That was not a fun project, getting all of that off. This is one of our family's favorite breads. When I was growing up, we would have this almost every night with some vegetables, and maybe we would have a meat, but I just love it with some beans, and cornbread is the best kind of meal in my opinion. I always add a big tablespoon heaped up of mayonnaise. That helps the cornbread to not be dry. I looked for wallpaper for a while. I knew I wanted the toile pattern, and I finally found some non-toxic shutterfly. After Sean hung the wallpaper, it has been about 3 years now, and I am still not tired of it. I love this pattern and how it makes the kitchen feel so cozy cottage. Hey y'all, and welcome to Cottage Time. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things we've been doing over the past week, including some renovation updates. We're going to start in the garden. The boys and I harvested our garlic for the year, and I'll hang that up to dry on the back porch. Now I'm on the back porch painting the trim. Sean's going to hang the trim for me. I chose a style that is very old style of trim and common, I would say, in the early 1900s in farmhouses. Now I'm painting the bottom cabinet a mustard color. It actually shows up more orange on the camera, but it is a more yellow mustard color. have been going to flea markets and antique stores looking for bottom cabinets, and I have yet to find the perfect one. So I may just have to go with more of the cabinets from Home Depot. But I was hoping to have a more one-of-a-kind style in the kitchen. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you'll subscribe and stick around, and we'll show you more renovations as we get them done. Today I'm sharing with y'all the rearranging of our unfitted cottage kitchen. I recently found this corner hutch. I thought it would be perfect for the kitchen. I'm always on the lookout because I'm slowly collecting the vintage pieces that will complete this, I don't know, this look I'm going for. The look I'm going for is old-fashioned and like you step back in time. The unfitted kitchen was popular before the 1940s. So that's what I'm working on in this kitchen. I tend to get bored with rooms, so I like to move them around every few months. I don't move the kitchen around that much, but I do like to move around the kitchen and give it a fresh reset. But since we have found this new piece that I'm excited to bring in here, I think it's just going to totally transform the cottage kitchen. This old hutch I found, I loved it when I saw it, and Sean thought the ceilings were 8 foot, and it turns out the kitchen ceiling is just over 6 foot. So we wound up having to take off the little decorative piece on the top. Here I am up the next morning. I'm in my pajamas. I apologize for that. I am moving my blue and white dishes, my Haviland dishes, over to this cabinet. And for those of you who may not know, we are slowly renovating the house. So you'll see things that are not completed yet. We just do it as we can. So we need to still add some outlet covers and trim in the kitchen. This is the view I get when I am standing in the entrance to the kitchen. You can see that the refrigerator is blocking the cabinet. So we're going to move the refrigerator over to a different wall. Try to open things up and make the kitchen flow a little better. The refrigerator is going to be where the baker's cabinet has been. Eventually, I would like to move this big refrigerator to the pantry room and get one of the smaller vintage looking refrigerators. They're a newer model, but they're made really narrow. I think that would work better in our kitchen since it is so small. At first I thought we could just swap places with the fridge and the baker's cabinet, but that didn't work out. The baker's cabinet's going to be too big to sit in the spot where the fridge was as well. So my only other option is to put it where my copper wall is. I'm kind of sad about diversifying my copper, but it'll stay. I'm still gonna enjoy it. It's just not gonna be in one big group. Eventually, as I find more copper pieces, I might just create a copper wall in the dining room. Now I'm just going to give everything a little cleaning and kind of place things wherever I think they flow best. A happy coincidence is I had thrifted this wooden shelf a while back. I wanted to put it in the kitchen, but it wouldn't fit anywhere at the time. And now that we've rearranged, I'm going to use it over here to hold the picture because I want to put my cutting boards, as you can see, on this table. I had to move everything off of this cabinet because sawdust was getting all over everything while he was making the hose for this shelf. So now I'm just putting everything back. I was wondering, do any of you have an unfitted kitchen, or are any of you thinking about making an unfitted kitchen? The jars of honey to the right on this messy table, those are from some friends who are beekeepers. We just got those about 2 weeks ago. The honey is so much better when you can get it fresh. If you live near a beekeeper, I encourage you to get honey from them. Things are starting to come together now. You can see that moving the cabinet over here was the solution to open this up. I am so happy with how it turned out, and I don't even mind my copper not being all together anymore. I was kind of sad about that for a while. But anyway, I've moved on, and I really like how much better the kitchen flows. Now I'm just separating the eggs. The newer ones I'll leave on the counter for a little while, and then the older ones I'm going to go ahead and put in the fridge. Hello dear friends, and welcome to Cottage Time. I'm Alisha. Today's video is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, updating the unfitted kitchen in my cottage. This hutch top has been in the kitchen before, and I have recently adjusted my teal pantry in this unfitted kitchen. I'll leave the link for that video below as well. So here's what I'm doing with this hutch top. I'm going to sand some rough areas down, clean it up, and I have been wanting to put something in the kitchen that is emerald green. It's a bold color, but I like color. And if it doesn't work out, I can always just tweak it or repaint it a different color. But I need to move dishes out of the teal pantry. So this is my solution for where to put those. After I had the second or third coat on, I decided I wanted to mute it a little bit. So at first I tried to paint over it with blue and then wipe the blue off. That did tone it down, but I wanted to take it a little further, so I've painted mustard color over it and wiped it off. And that did it for me. I really love the color and how it turned out. Sean added a copper pipe to go across for me to hang some things on. This kitchen is a 1940s cottage kitchen, and it was remodeled in the 1980s. So we have been redoing this kitchen in stages as I have ideas, and I changed things to kind of make the kitchen flow better for me. As we find pieces and as the budget allows, we do a little here and there, but it is slowly coming together. We will hopefully be finished completely with the kitchen this year. I do love unfitted kitchens because I like to change things around, especially when I find that something isn't flowing as well as it should. I like the ability to be able to move the furniture around, and we have that with the unfitted kitchen. The only thing that must stay stationary is the sink. We can move everything else around. I've moved the fridge several times, and the reason that I'm hoping we will be finished with the kitchen is because there are other rooms that would like to finish making over, and we haven't even started on our bedroom and bathroom, so I would like to start those projects soon. Now I'm moving over some dishes that we use pretty frequently, and I'll move over some things that just help it look better as well. Along with my white dishes, I'm also gonna display copper and some blue. The reason I went with the emerald green, I didn't really want everything in the kitchen to be blue and white, and I was thinking of maybe doing it a buttery yellow, but then I kind of doubted if the copper would look right with the yellow. And then as I've already mentioned, I really love emerald green, so this I think was the perfect fit for this kitchen. Underneath the hutch, I'm going to move my table that I've had in the kitchen for a while and place my plates and a few other things on this table. Beside the white bowls, I have some copper cookie cutters, and on the table I have my Dutch oven that I use quite a bit. The copper pots on the bottom, I really want those to be hanging somewhere, so I'm kind of thinking about where those need to go. But overall, I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I came outside to cut some lilies for a flower arrangement on the kitchen table, but after coming out, I really didn't want to cut them, so I decided to cut a few of my chamomile instead. Now we are to the end of the progression of the kitchen. I wanted to show you before and give you a little tour of what it's been looking like lately. This is the only before picture I could find of the kitchen. I wasn't videoing when we moved in, so I don't have any video clips to show you. The other side of the kitchen, it was these dark cabinets all across the major part of the wall. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the progression of the cottage kitchen. I hope you have a blessed week, and I'll talk to you soon.